Okay, hey guys, welcome back to the stream. I'm going to be streaming again today. This time I'm going to be looking at doing the following. Making bulk actions work and possibly making everything a bit more agentic. These are the two things I'm going to be focusing on today. If you don't know, I've been working on a project now for the last 2 live streams. I'm building everything completely live in front of everyone. And this is the same Claude code conversation from yesterday. Say hi in the chat if you're here, guys. I'll be reading the chat as we go along. Let me just drink some water. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the project so far. I think what I'll do is I'll pull it directly from GitHub so that you guys can see that I haven't done any work on it since I last pushed to GitHub. So let's go here. Go here. Hey, how's it going, dude? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I am going to do the same thing for WordPress. There's going to be WordPress and Shopify inside this. I think that'll probably be what I do tomorrow is make this work with WordPress. It's going to be mainly ecom. I don't know about other WordPress websites, but we'll see. Okay, so this is the project here. So let's just grab the project. Let's do a new window here. Okay, so terminal, new terminal, git clone this, Shopify AI overlord v2 overlord v2. Also, did you hear WordPress now has an AI team? I did not hear that. Interesting. Okay, so we've cloned this, and then what we can do is we can control click here, I think. No, we can't. So let's open this folder up. That's Shopify AI overlord v2. There it is. So we'll select this folder. Okay, so let's just see if everything's working from yesterday. So pip install -r requirements.txt. This is all of the code that I've done so far from yesterday and the day before. So let's just make sure everything's working. Python run.py. The reason I do this, oh wait, I need to start the database and things. I like to do this just because it shows, you know, that the project is in a status where you can just get it started, right? So let's start the database just in case it wasn't started, although I think I did bring the database with me. So we should just run these 3 things, okay, and then python run.py. And then let's open this up. And there we go, we have our Shopify AI app. Let's connect here. So I'll just get the codes from yesterday. And this is this website. So let's connect here. I might connect to a different Shopify website during this live stream, we'll see. There are a few things that I want to test on a different website instead of this one. And then we just put the store domain here, connect store. Okay, beautiful. And then we should just be able to go to SEO, for example, product SEO, see all the products here. This is on top chat, not live chat. And then, yep, there we go. This has been saved as optimized. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So this is really, really good. This is now something that can be passed along to other people. It can be used as an internal tool. It can just do everything that we need. And this was all created within one Claude Code conversation. The really good thing about Claude Code is that, morning, Damon, it has the ability to compact conversations. That's why it's better than Claude Desktop. And to be honest with you, this is by far the best coding tool that I have used. So definitely, guys, Claude Code is my new favorite. I'm inside WSL, which is just Linux basically on my Windows computer, right? So I have a few windows open at the same time. The really nice thing about Claude Code is you can have a few conversations at once, right? So some of them, I'm just having conversations where I'm just trying to understand certain things, right? And then I have other conversations where so this is actually a coding conversation, right? But if I go here, you can see I've also got this conversation open, which is called agentic design at the top. This is a completely different conversation that I'm having with Claude Code to understand a separate thing about my project. This is how you can plan in the future, right? So I have one thing here coding for me, and then I have several other conversations having kind of hypothetical conversations to understand what I can do with the project. This is where it starts to get super, super interesting for me, because not only can you code at the same time, you can also chat with your code at the same time. This is something that's not really possible with Rue Code. It's not really possible with Klein. People keep asking me, why do you use Claude Code? I would say this is probably one of the main reasons that I use Claude Code, is its ability to kind of have 5 conversations at once with the same code base. So you can see here, this is a conversation to see how I can improve the agentic design of my project. And this is the project, right? So if we press optimize here, this is going to bring up SEO optimization results. We can optimize products live, and that will affect the live website. So this is where, in my opinion, we're starting to build something that really, really starts to pop off. Now, I had some thoughts last night about adding Search Console as a pre-step to this entire project to see like what the website is ranking for already, but we'll see about that in a second. So if I press apply changes here, this should make live changes to the website. You can see now it says optimized. Hey, again, Damien, how's it going? So if I go on collection SEO here, you'll see that we can also then create collections from the tags that were generated in the previous step. So let's say we want to create this one, cashmere collection. We can create this collection nice and easy, nice and simple, no problems whatsoever. So let's see here, there we go. We now create this collection. This won't work because there's already 5,000 collections on the website. That's fine. I know for a fact that this system does actually work. Oh, one sec, guys. Yeah, Damien, sorry about that. I've just passed on to Rowan about that. Anthropic API plus Claude Code Max, $200, big budgets, bro. Love it. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I've been working with Claude Code for a bigger project with a lot of files, and it's failing a lot to identify the location of key files like config.toml, etc. It needs indexing like augment. I think you just need to be more specific with what you want it to focus on. I would say that's Claude Code's kind of biggest letdown, if you want to see it like that, although I don't necessarily see it like that. So the next thing that we've already developed, and I'll probably do all of this for WordPress today if we have time. I do have a meeting at 3:30, which I will have to go to, but we'll see. So I'm going to put ES here, and then selective, choose items, start translation. So let's just do an example one. So let's translate Barber Napoli collection. So we'll add this to queue, process this. This will then create the Spanish version of this page on the website, which is huge for SEO. If you know about SEO, you'll know just how good that actually is for SEO. Claude is really good. I tried it yesterday, no worries. Okay, so apply this translation. Let's see. Bang, translation saved. ES page added. If we now go to the final thing, which is homepage SEO, we can actually analyze the homepage, get SEO insights, and set a new title tag and meta description for the website. So this is kind of the system that's been built so far. So let's just see this in action. What model you're using to translate, mate? Just curious how much you're spending with API in this project. I'm just using Claude Sonnet 4, just even though I don't think it's the best for translation. I just didn't have time to set up OpenAI or whatever. So So you can see here, homepage SEO optimizer. You can't apply these changes programmatically, unfortunately, but if I press apply changes, it gives you these. It even gives you a link to your own Shopify admin, right? So if I right click here, copy link address, go to the relevant Google Chrome profile. I need to make sure this doesn't open something sensitive. So let me just turn the scene off for 1 second. Ashby. Okay, no, it wasn't sensitive. So I just copied the link directly and it takes you exactly to the place where you change your homepage title and your homepage meta description, right? So this is the system that's been built. Now, the other cool thing yesterday that we did is we added databases, right? So we can actually, you can see here, this is a change that was made. And I can basically revert this change if I want, right? So you can see if I go on this website, let me just go through this last point, guys, and then I'll read the rest of chat. So this is the product ID. So if we go on Mr Porkamo, go on products, Control F, search for that product. This is the newly optimized product, right? But let's say the client comes along and says, no, I don't like that optimization, undo it, right? So I can undo this, undo like that. Now watch this, okay? If I refresh this, this should just revert back to normal. That did not revert back. It sometimes takes a little bit of time. Let's see. I might be on the wrong product. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, so that didn't revert. I'm not sure why that didn't revert. Okay, so something didn't revert there. That's fine. We can fix that. It looks like there was an error. So we can check the Visual Studio Code logs. There's no Visual Studio Code logs. That's interesting. Oh, I was using the wrong one, guys. That happens a lot. That's kind of annoying. So I still had a server running from last night. Okay, there we go. Oh, this doesn't have the changes thing. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, okay. I need to do git pull origin, and then I need to check the origin from last night. I totally forgot about this, guys. But how did you prompt it? I mean, did you tell it specific stuff, and can you refine the prompt in the app? I actually did very simple prompts throughout the entire thing. Superbase, no, I used SQLite, and I actually highly recommend SQLite. It's very, very good. There are ways to make SQLite work up to like 1,000 users without really many issues, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's go here. I've completely forgot that I need to pull from the current branch, right? Commits. No, branches. 4 branches. It's this one here. I need to pull from. So git pull origin that. Okay. No. Claude Code is on the terminal, yeah, it is on the terminal. I actually prefer it being on the terminal. It's kind of nice. I'm just going to restart this process, guys, quickly. I'm not going to run through the whole thing again. Well, I am actually, because I need to make sure I do need to make sure it works. That's the whole point of what I was doing. So git pull, please work. You can use it inside the terminal inside VS Code, but yeah, I know you can, but actually you don't really need it. Like you can just have PowerShell open. For some reason it works better on PowerShell. I'm not sure why. cd please work 222 git pull origin. This one. Okay, there we go. And then we open this, which is called please work 222. You can see how many pleases I have. Lol, so funny. And then we'll just do this again, but we'll do it much more quickly this time. We'll see. We'll use the README for this. Okay, it's not letting me paste. I hate it when it does that. Dude, let's be honest. If you were really making money with this, you wouldn't be wasting your time streaming on YouTube. You'd be scaling this and keep it quiet, so less competition for cash, cash, cash. Yeah, you probably don't understand my channel then if you're saying that. We will make money from this. I absolutely guarantee it. I'm actually just sharing it with people because why not? And you're completely wrong, but that's fine. I understand people on YouTube, a lot of them are questionable. Why is this not working? Oh, sorry, I'm doing in it. That's wrong. I shouldn't be doing in it. There we go. So it already exists basically because I already have the files. That's fine. So Python 1.py. You can map it all out in Perplexity first, then copy. I don't trust Perplexity, to be honest with you. I'd rather just use Claude Code's own web scraping capabilities. Okay, so yeah, this has the changes history here. This should revert. So let's just do a re-optimization, just make sure everything's working. So I'll just do this. The collection stuff works, I already know that. Let's just do a completely new product. So this one. He will make money through the agency he has. It's an internal tool. He does have an SEO SaaS that I'm not sure if it exists still. He doesn't mention anymore. I don't talk about Harbor because I don't really know. Like people weren't as interested in it as I thought they were. So I just kind of, yeah. As a YouTuber, he has to stay active and retain fans. That is the truth right there. It's got nothing to do with, oh, I won't make money from this, so I have to stream. I make $1,500 a month from ads on YouTube, and I don't really take sponsors, as you guys know. So I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to stay active on YouTube because that's how YouTube works. It's a sunny day. Like I could be outside going for a jog or anything, but I would be working anyway on this. So I stream so that people can see my process. And yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So changes history. Let's see, view details. If we go on the live store, this should be a newly optimized product. By the way, I can tell if one of these products has been changed. This has been changed. The reason I know is because their process in the company, I used to work for this company, the last word is always the product, right? So when this basically what this did is it added designer floral print at the end of the product name, right? So this is a pretty cool feature, like just being able to optimize this product. So then your client comes along and he says, I don't like that change, undo that change. So we undo the change here. And then this should, if it's not broken, which it might be broken. No, it changes back. Perfect, right, so everything works, good. Let's move on to the next thing then. Okay, so what we're trying to do now is we're trying to make this more of like a background agentic process instead of being something that someone has to actively come in and interact with. They can just press this on button here and it will use agents, it will use background tasks, all that good stuff with timeouts for the SQL database in order to effectively do that entire thing. So that's what we're going to try and work on today. So last night I had a couple of conversations with Claude Code. The first was about databases. Is SQL light? Thanks for clearing that. I'm new to the channel. Thanks for being transparency. A lot of shady SEO AI channels using it as a funnel to the Skool community with content you can find free online. Yeah, Nicholas, basically my Skool community is everything on my YouTube that's already on my YouTube channel, but in a written format. I don't keep things from people, etc., etc. You know, the Skool is there if you need a bit more help, or you can sit, watch my videos, struggle through it yourself, learn everything for free. Everything's already for free on the internet anyway, right? I do have a Skool community though. I only started it a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I understand that a lot of channels are, yeah, I understand what you mean, don't worry. I understand why you're so hesitant to believe someone. So this first conversation I had was, I basically said, do not make any code changes. I want to ask a hypothetical question. Could I launch this on AWS, for example, or Vercel, don't care where, and then give people access through access codes, people of my choice? I can give them a code and they can use it. Yes, absolutely, you can deploy this, blah, blah, blah. AWS, Heroku, DigitalOcean. I'll probably use DigitalOcean, to be honest with you. It's the simplest one. And then you need to add an authentication layer, which I don't think would be too complicated without Stripe, without OAuth. I think it's actually fairly simple. Database, SQL works for small deployments, but then I had another conversation, or I continued the conversation, and I said, look, I only probably will have 100 users. Is there some kind of way that we can make this work with SQLite only? And it was basically saying, if you have 0.5 seconds between each writing call, or whatever they're called, writing function, then you're fine, right? So I can just have a global break within the entire system of 0.2 seconds, 0.3 seconds every time a database action happens, and then I can use SQLite for this because I think it's doubtful that we'll have more than 500 users at once, right? Or 200 users at once, or whatever. I think it's great that there are free shares and it's worth encouraging. Yeah, no, for sure. My channel's kind of always been about giving away as much as possible. And then the other conversation I had, this wasn't last night, it was before, was first of all, you can see on the left here, we have ads here, right? So I do want to add ads, but ads are going to make things slightly more complicated, right? What vibe coding tools do you commonly use? I'm currently using Rue and Klein. I only use Claude Code now. I was using Rue and Klein before, but Claude Code. I use Claude Desktop as well sometimes. Okay, so this was a conversation about how to do ads. Like, how can I do the ads part of this? I really want it to be where people can actually make their ads here and we can control everything using AI, using agents. However, that is going to be extremely, extremely complicated to code, I must say. And then the final part of this conversation was, can you explain about how to use compact? Yeah, every time you finish coding something, you should just do /compact, right? So every time you /compact and then commit the code, right? And then those two things mean that you always have context and you always have a stable copy that is working, right? And then the final part of this was making your system more agentic. So I wanted to make this agentic. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing with agents, I must say. However, I feel like Claude coding agents might be the way forwards here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably first work on bulk actions. How to get Claude code on Windows. You can use WSL or just Google WSL. WSL. Windows. This. He has the budget, mate, paying for 200 plus. No, it's not plus API costs. It's only the max plan. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm paying API costs of for the app. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Sorry. Okay, so let us just say to this. Wait, how do I get the path of this? Blizz work. It's quite easy to work out, just so you know, the WSL. Okay, I have moved to a new folder, a new directory. It is here. Can you first... Oh, actually, I wanted to check something else. If I connect via a different... Oh, it's not running. This is just a thought I had last night. So I need to see what happens if I connect to a different one. Give me a second, guys. I just need to see what happens here. This is an important part of the process. Did I already add the app? Yeah, I did. Oh, I saved the chat as well. Good. Spat. Let me just see what happens here, guys, because I need to make sure that the databases aren't interacting with each other. That's something I just forgot to do last night. Please don't show too many. Okay, nice. Okay, good. That's really nice. How high is the API cost, by the way, for changing something? There's no API cost for changing something. Oh, sorry. Ah, I keep getting confused. You're talking about in the thing. I could put that here. I don't think Anthropic, oh sorry, Claude no, token counter. I don't think it exists. Oh, it might exist now. Oh, it does exist now. Oh, okay. I can actually. That's actually a good shout to have that. Thanks. I will add that. Too expensive. Currently, I use some free APIs like GitHub Copilot. Nice. Do you use MCP to commit code, and what does compact mean? Compact is, you probably know that Claude has a 200,000 context window, right? So this is more than 200,000 tokens. So halfway through this, you can run /compact, and it will send all of the history of the conversation to a new context window, right? I don't use MCPs to commit code. I just commit code manually on Visual Studio Code because it's just easier. Can you first make sure that you always code in that directory and confirm the plan for adding some kind of access layer where I can generate access keys and give them to people? I would need an admin page to do this too. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm putting the work in to make this so that I can give it to other people, give it to, clients. Kind of what my idea is in my head is, instead of making a SaaS with like Stripe or whatever, like I did with Harbor, this stuff is a nightmare, honestly. So what I was thinking of doing was having an admin page where I can generate access codes, give access codes to people. They can use the access code. They can pay us like monthly on Stripe or PayPal or through the Skool community, which I think is what we're probably going to do, and then get access to the tool. And then, yeah, they have access to the tool basically, and I can remove access whenever I want. Just so you know, guys, everything that I've done on this tool has been done on live stream. So if you wanted to go ahead and copy me exactly, just do that, right? If you don't want to pay for anything, just copy every single word for word, everything that I did. And yeah. So access key system, unique key generation, expiration dates, usage limits. Probably no need for usage limits. There should be BYOK. I'll add that later though. Shop specific restrictions. There should be no usage limits. There should be a settings panel where people can save their own API keys and use it as much as they want. Generate new access keys, view, revoke, set limits, view user activity logs. I don't want to actually. Yeah, no, I don't want to see users usage either. Just make the user password admin for now. How many hours have you been working on this project? 11. Thank you. You are the best. Hey, David. How's it going? I recognize you from the group. Well, that I was asking if your prompts for the generation of the content are really good. That's the selling part. Well, what it does is it does a live Google search, right? And finds how people are. Why don't you create a Shopify theme where this is the main feature? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make. I realized, I don't know who saw the first part of me making this, but there was always supposed to be a fifth option here, but I couldn't remember what it was. It was theme development. I'm actually gonna make it so we can take Dawn theme and you can make your own theme around the Dawn theme with your store. That's gonna probably be the last feature, but it's gonna make it so people can come and make their own Shopify stores, basically. What prompts can you share them? They're all written by AI, guys. They're not. They're nothing special. It's just AI writing AI prompts. I haven't actually jumped into the prompt engineering aspect of this. I'm just kind of letting AI do everything. Hey, GigaChud, how's it going? How often do you clear or compact? After a while, it gets a lot worse for me. I compact after every new major feature has been added to the project. A44 says, are you using Opus from the beginning? For all coding, I'm using Opus. Inside the actual tool itself, I'm using Sonnet 4. I know it says Sonnet 3.5. This is wrong. I'm using Sonnet 4. I would like to get another feature added today, so I might start another conversation here. Does it know which? Yeah. Wait, is this in the right directory? Okay, yeah, no, sorry, you're right, you're right. Oh no, it wasn't right. I heard Opus is crazy. You're using it for particular tasks for in main. Um, wait, let me just make sure this is actually editing the right thing. Yeah, okay, it is. Um, Opus is crazy if you use it through API usage. Opus is not that bad if you use it with the max plan, which is what I'm doing. It saves you money overall. Anything that saves money overall is worth doing. $180 sounds like a lot. Cancel all your other subscriptions for AI stuff. Just pay for this and just vibe code until you're a millionaire, honestly. I would be on Fiverr right now. If I didn't have an agency and stuff, I would be on Fiverr. Okay, so let's see. This is going to create a system whereby I can host this on something like AWS or DigitalOcean, and then I can give access codes to people and revoke those access codes as well. So that's pretty nice. And then they can BYOK, which is bring your own key, and then you can just use it as much as they want. That's the plan here. The other idea was to sell this for loads and loads of money, but you mean taking jobs from people? What needs a SaaS? I mean, you've got to look at it like this, right? My old boss is not going to make a system like this. It doesn't matter how good AI gets. Pier Giuseppe is not going to sit here and make an entire SaaS for himself. It doesn't matter if it's 1 click or 5 clicks. He's just never going to do it. Is 5 times max plan enough for project usage like the one you created? It will take a bit longer, possibly. But yeah, it should be okay. I built a full Mac OS in like 3 to 4 days with Claude Code. Insane. It can still get better, but I wonder how time this would take without this tool. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what it can do. Have you heard of Amazon Q? I've tried it a few times and the experience is very smooth and free. I feel like the LLM behind it is Claude. No, I haven't heard of it. Have not heard of it. I'm way too busy looking at Claude Code and stuff. Claude Code is just like this genius. It's like I've got my own personal coding genius that I can sit and talk to and feel like I'm a coding genius when obviously I'm not, but you know, I feel like I can be. I'm a vibe coder at the end of the day. I'm not claiming anything beyond that, but it's still pretty cool that I have this kind of tool that acts as if it was my own genius. So you're not using API. I'm using the Claude Max plan. You can connect through this plan and not use usage, right? It's this one here. I'm using this. You can use Claude Code. It says right here, access Claude Code directly in your terminal, and it uses this, which means it doesn't use your credits, right? If you use your credits, it's going to cost way more money, and you're going to start to actually spend $500 or $1,000. We spend $2,000 a month for Harbor, right? I could theoretically replace all of the calls inside Harbor with Claude Code SDK calls, and I wouldn't be paying $2,000 anymore. I'd be paying 180, 360, whatever. I feel like the gap between power user and normal user is getting wider, for sure, dude. For sure. People think it's getting smaller, but hell no. There's people like, my mum who calls the AI inside her car ChatGPT, even though it's actually called IDA, although I think it is powered by ChatGPT. And like people think that my mum is going to make an app. Like what? Or like my cousin who has a business, she's not going to make her own Canva, right? She uses Canva to do everything. She's not going to make her own Canva just to save $19 a month. Do you know what I mean? I think this whole SaaS is dead thing is a little bit exaggerated. I think SaaS right now is actually like the best form of making money online. I think if you can make an AI SaaS that will do something and save people money, you're going to make a lot of money, which is why I'm making this, right? Because if I can make something that I can control, it's in my hands, it doesn't get shared around, it's all mine, I make everything in it, it's all my brain and AI together combined to make the best possible tool, then I can sell it to people, right? It's less of a SaaS, I guess, and more of it's still a SaaS, but I'm just doing it in a slightly different way. I don't think automated SaaS like Harbor, this shit is not easy. It's so complicated to run a SaaS like Harbor, right? But this should be a lot easier to run. So let me create the templates for the auth system. Great. Let's just let's start a new conversation here. So CD, where is this? Okay, nice. Depends on SEO on the main dashboard page. It just goes away and starts working on all of the things that are already implemented. I am not great with agents. Can you start by doing a large amount of research into agentic coding, specifically using Claude, Anthropic resources, and looking at Claude Opus 4, Summit 4. You can actually go to LLM text Anthropic, and then I am listing all potential resources below. This is a research phase. Do not change any of my code, just read it and resources. Let me just wait for this to finish. But this makes you wonder, WTF are they doing inside OpenAI Office and Anthropic Office? No limits, full context, lots of agents. Yeah, that's so true. So would you say that Gemini 2.5, which say Beth, I prefer Anthropic to Google in terms of their tools, especially now that Claude 4 has been released. Obviously, Gemini 2.5 Ultra will probably be released in a couple of days or a week or something, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Gemini is rapidly advancing its upgrades, making it a formidable competitor that even OpenAI and Claude may struggle to rival in the future. I have high hopes for its potential. Well, I mean, if you look at it, you're never going to beat Google on the ability to scrape the internet, right? Google is the internet. Google has an index of every single page that's ever been created, ready to process and turn into whatever, right? The best LLM in the world. They have YouTube. Why do you think VO3 is the best video generator? It's kind of obvious when you look at it. They were in control of the largest supply of video content, text content, web content that exists. You cannot compete with Google on access to content. It's impossible, right? So it's kind of obvious when you look at it. And I think what will probably end up happening is OpenAI may face legal repercussions for just scraping things, whereas Google won't, because Google probably has it in their probably put it in their terms of service at some point. So, do you think OpenAI is still on top? Because they should be 1 to 2 years ahead on all other LLMs. They're all trying to do different things, in my opinion. OpenAI is trying to be the general use AI, used for everything, right? Google and Anthropic, in my opinion, Google is trying to be general AI, but also the most intelligent. Claude is trying to be the most intelligent, right? Google is just trying to do what Google is doing. Google things. Google is trying to do everything at once because they're the biggest company. They're the only company that realistically has the resources to be both the general AI but also the most intelligent AI, right? Claude is focusing on intelligence. OpenAI with ChatGPT is focusing on being general use AI. And then Google is trying to do both at once because it's Google and fuck you, basically. What is the best low cost or free model for making a WordPress theme for an e-com store that works in Klein? I wouldn't go down the route of free or low cost models, man. Honestly, I just wouldn't go down that route. What you could do is you could probably use Claude Desktop with a $19.99 a month plan. That might be enough to make a WordPress website. I wouldn't go down the route of low cost or free models. Honestly, just trust me, just don't. What do you think the issues of building AI products selling to client and it starts doing things like hallucination, which would negative impact clients they might sue? At the end of the day, like, they know that it's AI, they need to check their own content. You can't really be blamed for that. They have to check their own content. Hi, good morning. Hey, Enigmatic Encounters 1. How's it going? That's quite a difficult name to say. Okay, so this should be closing up pretty soon, this part of it. What is the best value for money to use with Klein? Oh, you can probably Flash 2.5, I would say, but you probably need some kind of backup using Gemini 2.5 Pro or something else just to be like the checker or the planner or something. The best value model right now is definitely 2.5 Flash. If you're talking about cost to intelligence, it's Gemini 2.5 Flash, definitely. Flash 2.5, the one that they released recently, I think it's 0560 or 0506 or whatever. That's the model that I would use right now. Gemini 2.5 models. If I didn't have money and I was looking to build things for cheap and I had more time than I have money, I would be using Gemini Flash Preview 0520. Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Oh, Gemini 2.5 Flash native audio. Ah, TTS. I could make my own I could make my own app that turns your comments into speech. That'd be so cool. I might look at that at some point. Nicholas, DeepSeek is low cost and pretty good on average. DeepSeek, I have never managed to code anything with DeepSeek. I wouldn't recommend DeepSeek personally. I don't look at benchmarks. Benchmarks are bullshit. Guys, do not be suckered in by benchmarks. Benchmarks are the biggest loader. It's the biggest scam I've ever seen, right? Benchmarks are so bad. All they do is they train train their models, right, on benchmark like questions, so that they perform higher on benchmarks. That's literally all these models do. And then the benchmark generates hype, right? So they get more and more users, but then the usage goes down because the model is actually not that good. So if you go on OpenRouter, which is a pretty good show of things, I don't think DeepSeek will be high on here. DeepSeek is 75 billion tokens, which is not bad. Oh no, 100 billion. There we go. But you can see the other ones. So a lot of people are using 4.0 mini for some reason. I don't really know why. Why would people be using 4.0 mini? I always found that model to be pretty trash. Why wouldn't you use 4.1 mini? It's up 15%. There must be a certain app that's using it a lot. Yeah, here we go. Right. Fraction AI. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. So yeah, this is. I like to look at this to see what people are using. 3.7 Sonnet is still really, really high up there. That's crazy. So your top three for building SaaS: Claude Code, Replit, Augment. I would say my top for building a SaaS is Replit. Right? If you're making a SaaS that requires database, Stripe, OAuth, I would use Replit. However, I'm building something that just requires database. So I'm using Claude Code. I'm building something where the back end is the product, not the front end, right? So the most important thing for me is that I'm building something that connects to Shopify and does very specific things that require very specific code, right? So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here with Claude Code. Augment, I haven't used Augment Code as much. Yes, because it's very cheap. Let's hope they don't use it for coding. Yeah, true. Is it cheaper to use direct from Google Gemini other than OpenRouter or the same? I think it's the same, but I'm not 100% sure. What about Firebase? I try to use SQLite. The reason I'm using SQLite is it's called serverless. It's connected like, so instead of having like a separate little database running inside, no, not inside my project, right? So this is the database here, and this is the project. SQLite is like the database is kind of inside the project. So it just feels a lot nicer. I don't have to worry about it being a separate thing, right? Now there is a problem with SQLite, which is it can only write once, one at a time. It can't write more than one thing at a time. I'm fixing this issue by putting a 0.3 delay between all write requests, and I should be able to handle, 100, 200, 300 users at the same time with this system. What about, what do you think of Manus? Again, I'd rather just use something that was built by a $60 billion company, Claude Code, than Manus, which was just built. I don't know. I think a lot of these things work on hype, right? And hype doesn't translate necessarily into anything good. I'd rather build my own systems. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is great. This has been a much more interactive stream. A lot of questions. I appreciate that. For a WordPress ecom store, would you use Client or something else? And also any MCPs. So my setup, I haven't done ecom, but my setup is local WordPress. So all you do is you make I use Client or Claude Desktop, it doesn't really matter, but like you make the WordPress website here, and then you press VS Code here, and you can just go to Client or Roo or whatever and work on the WordPress website like that, right? That's how I do it. Can you use SQLite for user accounts, Google OAuth? So I'm not an expert on this, but I believe that because you can store like user ID inside SQLite, you can technically do OAuth or anything, right? Because as long as you can store the generated token or whatever it is, then it's fine. I believe anyway. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this. Does Gemini Pro have a max plan? Yes, they do. They have Gemini Ultra, which I have never used. I'm not sure why they put the name to Ultra when they're supposed to be releasing a model called Gemini Ultra, but yeah, there you go. Where is Ultra? Oh, I can't. I'm not in the US, so I can't. Is Gemini 2.5 Flash better than 4.1 Mini? It's like asking if a Peugeot is better than a Renault. Renault. Do you know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Don't know about cars, but like it's like asking whether two cars that are pretty much the same are which is better, right? Glad to catch you live. Your coffee hours are like 2 or 3 a.m. for me. Ah, sorry, dude. Nice to see you though, definitely. Azarith, is that from World of Warcraft? Which LLM works best with customizing WordPress plugins? Like I said, the good ones. If you're asking which works best, it's Claude Sonnet 4 or Gemini 2.5 or Claude Opus 4, right? Yeah, I've been live streaming every day. I forgot to post it in the Skool community, but yeah. Oh wait, give me the commands. I'll run that. I'm probably going to be streaming like multiple times a day soon. It just depends. Like I enjoy this a lot, okay? And I would be doing this anyway. So it's like you guys are keeping me company while I do my daily tasks, right? So I actually think I might be doing this a lot more. But currently I've been going live every day. Okay, so let's do this. And then do this. And then do this. And then I'm already logged in though, but that's probably because I already have an account. That's fine. Form is undefined. Okay. That's also undefined. That's also undefined. None of these pages are working. Okay, so that's fine. So now what we do is we grab these errors here. And we put them here. So fix these errors. Paste. We go. I'm not sure why my live streams don't get pushed that much to people. Do you think eventually WordPress will be made obsolete through the raw capabilities of AI? No, I don't. Hello, hello. No, it came up with a name a year before it came out. Character in a short story. Okay, nice. Love your content. Thanks for sharing. Cheers. I appreciate that. Can we watch back these lives? Yes, you can. You can watch back all of my lives. They're just on my channel. If you go to YouTube, see Income Stream Surfers, click on live, then all of them are here. I have not coded a single thing that is not on here. Oh, Matt, you're back with another account, dude. That's crazy, dude. Nice. Another, either the same guy or another guy coming in here dropping slurs. I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll ban you in a second. You feel free to say whatever else you want, and then I'll ban you forever. Get all your anger out now because you won't have another opportunity. As someone who is naturally cynical of this kind of YouTube content, you really changed my mind. I've been watching for almost 2 hours and haven't tried to sell me anything. Refreshing. Appreciate it, dude. I'm going to just delete that actually because that link could go somewhere that we don't want people to go. So hide user on this channel. There you go, mate. You're banned forever. Enjoy your life. The only thing I don't like about Claude Code is it needs to be run in a Linux Mac M using WSL. I see. WSL is really, really good. WSL runs on your computer, honestly. It's actually super, super nice. How do you optimize WordPress security? It's always seems to be the biggest target for me. I'm not the right person to ask about security. If you've watched any of my channel, I just accidentally show API keys all the time. Okay, let's see if these links work now. Okay, there we go. So this is my admin login. So we'll log in here. Okay. We have the same error still, but on a different page. Can WordPress themes be customized on WordPress app for free? They can be changed. You can change them on Claude Desktop for free, I think. You can use Claude Desktop slightly for free. Not for very long, but you know, you'd probably get some changes out of it. Free and good AI is not really there yet, I wouldn't say. Like, free and open source is definitely behind closed source. You can just see it if you're using AI. Something like Claude Code, no, or Claude, right? Versus DeepSeek. There is no way that I would ever use DeepSeek, right? Unless I was doing some kind of challenge to get, you know, the cheapest website ever launched, right? I'm always going to use Claude because I value, I value time more than money, right? A lot of people value money over time because they don't have as much money, right? For example. But if you've got a bit of a budget to work with, it's better to spend a bit of money and save a lot of time, in my opinion. Well, desktop can't write or change files, right? You have to do it all manually, right? No, that's not correct. You can use desktop commander to make changes for you. Have you checked the WordPress security plugin like WordFence or Hack Guardian? I have not. Again, I'm not. Security is not my forte. Like, eventually, at some point, something will happen where I change my mind on security, but. Okay, there we go. Nice. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Wait, that won't actually send an email though, right? How would that even send an email? Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Nice. So then let's just test this out. Wow, that feature was added like it was nothing, dude. Like it was nothing. Okay, so what? Now we have to go to log in, I guess, right? So log out. Access code here. Log in. Okay, it's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. That's so sick, dude. What the hell? That was so easy. That was so easy to add a new feature. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just no struggle with it at all. Like, oh, a couple of errors, but like, who gives a shit? Plus 200 a month for almost unlimited Claude usage is worth it. If you use it like I'm using it, it's worth it. If you're just gonna pay for it and then not use it, which happens a lot, I must say, to people, then it's not gonna be worth it. Claude Code isn't pay per use. Claude Code is not pay per use if you have the max plan. I'm gonna put that like here on the screen or something. I might try and add like a, wait, let's try and do this real quick. I haven't done this kind of thing in a while, but add, no, not seen. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Oh no, I can't add anything right now. Never mind. No, not seen filters. No, I've messed it up. I can't do anything right now with it. That's fine. I can't change the stream. What? Okay, wait, let's just cancel out of this. Do clear and start the server again. Why am I logged in? Oops. Fixie, fixie. Okay, you think this idea has legs? I'm a cybersecurity analyst as my day job as I've been learning AI. I've been documenting managing security for Vibe coders. Think of offering. Yes, that is a very, very good idea, dude. Fixing common errors in Vibe coders is probably going to be like the biggest. That's a really good idea, dude. Doing anything with Workspace or Chrome extensions? No, not right now. Wait, is this a different project from the SEO market? It's the same project. I'm just adding auth and stuff. If I was trying to recreate this, should I watch from stream 3 or 1? How did you find anything out while doing this? The whole thing is a learning process, I would say. Hey, Artisan Collective, how's it going? I set up an N8N image generator for testing with ChatGPT and it burned through my $5 so fast. Yeah, that's a pretty common experience, to be honest with you. You're not alone. You are not alone. This has been a really good stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. So you can use the Claude Pro plan and get Desktop Commander. It can do it all for you. How do you set it up? You'll have to watch my videos or something, dude. I'm not going to go through that right now. Been quietly following you for years. Thanks for all the value. Cheers, Mitch. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying something. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. It works. Set API key, store domain. These are not needed. That needs to be removed. Okay, so let's see if this actually works. We'll connect to this one. I need an API key here. But I have to go and delete that now. Fucking hell. Fuck. Why do I always do that? I hate API keys. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate everything about them. Uh, where's the Claude code? Claude code, that. Okay, I have to make a new app, unfortunately, because I just showed the, what's it called? To be honest, it's more about knowing in advance what you're paying. 200 a month is better than an unknown per month. Agreed. Have you played with Git work trees to have multiple going at once on a single project? I have not, but I will be checking that out at some point. Has anyone tried building an iPhone app with Claude Code plus Xcode? It's kind of complicated because Xcode is kind of annoying, but you can make it work. Has any of your API key been used by... Yeah, probably, yeah. Almost definitely, I would say to that. Okay, nice. It works. Hell yeah, dude. That's so good. That actually worked. Okay, beautiful. So this is a fresh connection with a fresh license key that I generated for this person. Damn, that's so cool that that all works. And then this is using the new API key, not my API key. It's just added that entire feature. Like, how crazy is that? So now let's compact, let's commit, and let's keep going. Do you think you'll ever make an attempt for it? Code. Yo, Damikaz, I made a video recently about a tool where this one. Yeah, this is what I would use instead of having it on my computer and stuff. In the schools community, do you have shortcut SOPs to build stuff like this? Not necessarily to build this, but to build WordPress websites and things. This is a whole new thing that I'm building using Claude Code. So it's not actually on the Skool community just yet. Okay, so that just optimized this. Good. So now the change history is there. Perfect. No, Damikaz, watch the video. It says rip Firebase. Just watch it. Just watch it. But trust me, it does exactly what you're asking me. If you want to make an iPhone app, watch that video with the simplest amount of possible. What the fuck? What happened here? I think I know what happened. Let's see. If it does it again, yeah, it does. And then what about this? That works. Okay, so there is a problem here still. There's an issue with the shop domain on the language tab. Okay, muting the tab for now while watching the video so I can stay as an initial viewer. Be right back. Thanks. Appreciate that, dude. Much appreciation. Much appreciation. Alright, I just have to delete that app real quick and just run through the process of connecting again because I accidentally showed the thing. Do you ever find fast-paced of the development in AI space and the number of tools overwhelming? How do you manage this? I find what works for me, and I don't listen to other people that say that whatever I'm doing is bad, and I just do my own thing. Okay, so I need to reconfigure these admin scopes. Do you have VS Code and GitHub setups and tutorials in the Skool? Yes. There's a complete beginner's guide to coding like Git and Visual Studio Code and all that stuff. And then there's Claude Desktop on there for non-coders who don't want to bother learning like the actual coding parts. And then there's Claude Code tutorials. There's SEO tutorials. But I'm being asked these questions, right? I'm not trying to sell people. People are asking me these questions. I don't want to be accused of just trying to sell people on things, but people are asking me, so I'm answering them. Thanks, Captain Azareth. Does anyone like the Libertines? I've got the Libertines stuck in my head, dude. There's this one lyric at the beginning of one of their songs. It's just so good, dude. Are you using CLI? I'm using Claude Code CLI, yeah. So this is interesting. Right theme code. Look at that. Interessante. Molto interessante. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's kind of a problem with my channel. Is all the videos look the same. It's this one. Vibe coding mobile apps just became easy. Are you happy that Naples won Serie A, not using AI? I'm happier that Sunderland Football Club got promoted to the Premier League. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that Naples won, obviously, but it doesn't really affect me. Just means my old boss and everyone's very, very happy. Does the promo work with CLI? Yes. Oh, no, Pro doesn't. Max does. Hey, no. So that is this vibe coding? Definitely. Very interesting. Thanks, Achille. What Anthropic accounts are you using? Max. Yes, Max. I'm using Max. Okay, so I just made a new app. So I'm just going to grab the token here and not show it this time, hopefully. So yeah, this is good. So API credentials, install app, install. Okay, I've got a new access token, which I will save here instead of this one. Let's save this too, and then I'll save the Anthropic API key too. I closed that page and I didn't. Just save these three things so I don't have to make them again. Okay, so let's test this. Let's make sure everything's working. Let's just reset the server just in case it's based off of that. So we'll open her up. SEO. Let's see if this works. Okay, nice. I've been disconnected. That's actually a good thing. I didn't. Did I save the? Yeah, I did. What? Okay, I'm glad I actually changed my Shopify access token at that point because that error would not have come up in testing. Curious to know why you're based in Ireland rather than tropical place like Thailand, like many other SEO digital nomad types. I have my family and my fiance in Europe, so Sunderland got promoted. Wow, I wish they were back with that documentary they did once 2 years ago. Yeah, it's great. My dad is from Sunderland, so I'm actually a Sunderland fan. Why using I've seen Sunderland play football at the Stadium of Light many times. Why using WSL plus call code is better via the PowerShell terminal? What's the difference from the terminal app? I'm not actually sure. It just works better. I don't know why. Windows isn't supported. What do you mean? He's literally streaming from Windows. It's yeah. It's better to use it in PowerShell. I don't know why. I'm really not sure why. Okay, so this should be the final changes. Let me see how it answered this. You're right, the system should not log you out just because the Shopify API credentials are invalid. Let me improve the error handling so the API just show an error message instead of kicking you out. Okay, good. Yeah, I know, but technically I'm still on Windows, so saying Windows isn't supported isn't quite accurate. Because it is, it's just I'm using WSL. It's kind of confusing. I don't know. I don't want to get into a semantical debate about technical terms that I myself don't even understand. Okay, nice. That should now be done. Okay, nice. So now I need to change my access token to the new one. Okay, nice, 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 nice. There we go. Changes history. This works. Does this work now? Nice, it does. Okay, now I need to just run through everything, make sure it works, and then we can move on to a new feature. So we'll just do a simple one like this, optimize. Tip, open VS Code, start Claude through the VS Code terminal, install the augment code extension, use the extension prompt improvement functionality, copy the prompt, paste into Claude. I don't like people changing my prompts. My prompts are my prompts. Yeah. Yeah, you can't use on Windows without WSL. I guess it's because originally an internal tool like Pop is likely on Mac OS. Yeah, they're probably all using Macs. Definitely all using Macs. Okay, what happened there? Okay, there we go. Beautiful. So 2 optimized. Good. So that worked. Let's just check the product was actually changed inside here. Download back into the Sun Libertines cracking song for sure, dude. Absolutely amazing song. That's not the one that's stuck in my head. It's the it's this one. Time for Heroes. That's what's stuck in my head right now. Updated, newest first. Was it this product? Yeah, rabbit fur. Yeah. Okay, so it's been changed. Beautiful. Let's now make a new collection. I need to delete a collection first so that it will actually make the collection. Is there a rabbit? Yeah, rabbit fur details. Create collection. Okay, beautiful. Let's create it. Collected success. Created successfully. Rabbit fur detail fashion collection. Beautiful. Let's see if it's a change. So it doesn't add the change here. Interesting. I'll need to change that, but that's fine. Then we'll go to multi-language SEO. Yes. Selective. Start translating collections. Rabbit. Where's my rabbit fur? It's not actually getting all the collections. Interesting. Okay, I'll need to check that out. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's run a compact here. So I'll just do slash compact and then we will push to GitHub. So git add dot git commit. Forgotten, is it dash M? I think it's dash M, right? Um, Okay, so that is access codes now implemented, which is good. That means I can give people access to this as I see fit once I launch the website, which is perfect. So now we're just running a compact here so that we have more of a context window to work with. This is a super important part of the process for sure. Okay, so there is the compact done. Beautiful. And now we're kind of onto the next feature. Now, I just wanted to quickly fix something that I noticed that was broken, which is that there's no collection here in the change log. So we'll do python run.py, and we'll refresh that. There we go. For some reason, the change of adding a new collection is not added to the change log. Can you try to find out why and fix it? For some reason, there's a huge delay on this stream. It wasn't like that yesterday. Not sure why it's doing that, but that's fine. I'm way ahead of you guys. Have you used the new SEO MCP that scrapes data from Ahrefs? What's your thoughts? Useful? It probably would be useful for doing a lot of things. Yeah, I use data. I was already using the data for SEO MCP though. Do you ever using AI-enabled IDEs like Windsurf or Cursor? I just don't like them. I'd rather just use Klein or Claude Code. API costs really add up. Is there another plan that doesn't use API other than the Max? You know the answer to that. As a beginner, mate, start with Klein or Rue with low API costs. Yeah, just start with Flask. Flash 2.5 Flash. Get used to things. Make sure you're not wasting. Oops. Wait, hello. Make sure you're not wasting tokens. Sorry, I thought I disconnected my microphone. And then once you've done that, definitely think about which plan to get after that. But yeah, I agree. As a starter, you should definitely start with like Klein on Flash 2.5 or something. Alex Wise says, can you show MCP list that you use with Claude Code? I do have MCPs set up, but I'm not actually using MCPs. I'm using Shopify Dev MCP. I am using the Shopify Dev MCP. Sorry, I apologize. This is the only MCP I'm using, and it basically gives access, Claude Code access to the Shopify documentation. It's not connected to the API. There is no connection between Claude Code and the API itself. I created the connection using Python, right? I think the next stage here is agents, I would say. So I'm just sending this message here, okay? I'm just trying to understand if, like, how I can add agents to make this happen. So all of the tasks happen by you just clicking a button and not you messing around with like 12 different things at once. Nicholas, why didn't you use Shopify MCP server? I am using the Shopify MCP server, but only for documentation. There is no, well, there probably is, but there's no official. What is this to do? Dash to do. I hate it when it says that. Spent $100 testing Opus trying to get it. You shouldn't have done that. Opus is not. It's not worth it. Opus is not worth using in the API. Do you have a hybrid strategy with Claude Code and Gemini Reply? No, I'm just using Claude Code. Is the $100 max plan enough? For most people, yeah. If you're not using 2 or 3 Claude Codes at the same time, I'd say it would be enough. If you want to build all day 24/7, you need the expensive one. Hello, Kitty. How you doing, Kitty? Yeah, I know. Meow meow. Meow meow. Neither did I. $100 is better value than OpenAI, definitely. Okay, so let's make a new collection and let's see if this time it saves. Failed to create collection. Deferred. Oh, right, because, oh, sorry, yeah, that makes sense. Are people sleeping on Google's Project Mariner? Don't know, possibly. For the $100 plan, yes, I've seen myself getting limited. $200 plan, never seen a rate limit yet. Same here. Collection created successfully. It's in the change history. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's go here. There's the new collection. Let's now revert this action. Change reverted. Let's see if it's gone. Why is the collection still here? Okay, let's see why this didn't work. There's just a placeholder, classic. Let's see. I use $200 max plan. I use it 10 hours plus with pretty much slash model to Opus only. Pretty much I never run out of limits. Same. How long can you code for the $100 plan per day? It depends what you're doing. If you're making a WordPress thing, you're probably going to be fine. If you're making something more complicated, you might run into issues with the $100 plan. I have been rate limited on the $100 plan before, right? And I can't afford the time of being rate limited personally, so I just pay for the $200 plan. I don't want to wait till 3 a.m. to do more changes, right? I used Claude Desktop with 2 duplicate accounts on macOS. Sonnet was almost enough. Today I bought the $100 max plan for Opus, but limits filled up very fast. Maybe even faster via Claude Code. Does Claude create images? No. Do you think 50 to 250 requests is enough for a developer? Possibly, it just depends. It's really, really hard to say. Let's just create this collection for lined coats. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company while I work on this. Seems like a lot of the questions are on Claude Code. I feel like there's a lot of buzz around Claude Code right now. Okay, so that's been generated. Fur-lined coats, right? And then if we revert this action, it needs to actually be deleted. That's the important thing. Still, oh yeah, it was deleted. It worked. Okay, nice. So that now works. Perfect. Okay, so let's commit those changes. I'll just push them to the same. Okay, there we go. There's the changes pushed. We now have a fully working version of what I was trying to build. So the next thing, oops, it's not even running. The next thing I want to build. Wow, okay, Rock seems amazing. The UI in your video is quite clean also. Do you know which LLM it ran on? I think it uses Anthropic, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Rock is really, really good. Rock is like bulk, but for mobile apps, it's perfect. I really, really like it, actually. Okay, so we have a fully working thing, right? I think the next thing I want to work on is like having some kind of background, etc. Right? So let's just follow this research pattern right here. Why did this not load? Oh, it's not a real page. I gave it all the pages though. I don't understand why it doesn't, it can't read this. So this is a conversation that I'm having. It's a hypothetical conversation that I'm having right now. I think we could potentially run /compact again, but Claude 4 UIs are destroying everything else I've seen, including Stitch, which is also kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, Claude 4 Opus UI is crazy good. Crazy good. Oh, I'm behind on the stream. You guys are actually up to date with me. Oh, right. Sorry, I was confused by that. Okay, so I'm thinking about whether or not to run another compact. Yeah, let's do it. Screw it. It's been working well for me every time I add something. Okay, so we'll do /compact again. This is still running a conversation of understanding everything. Does Claude Code connect to your GitHub repo or your machine's save file? I believe it can do either. I want to know if this has actual code that my shit can benefit from. So it says use LangChain. Interesting. I probably will just use LangChain, to be honest with you, if that's what they're recommending. Opus, but even Sonnet is amazing, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. $200 Opus if you want Opus almost limited a day, and $100 for Sonnet and not really worry about a day. That's pretty much my experience. Yeah, it sounds about right. What is this? With Claude Max and Claude Code, how would you make images, and can it be better than ChatGPT image generation? Just use DALL-E. Use ChatGPT for image generation, for sure. Okay, so this is compacted. Because you're on $200 in Claude Code, can you specifically set the model to Claude Opus? It's already set to Opus. It's set to Opus by default. Well, it uses Claude, Opus, or Sonnet based on max usage limits. That's what I'm doing. So it's doing a lot of research here, which is nice. I really want to know like how far you can go with this like agentic building process. It'd be really cool if it just, yeah, you just turn it on and it just grows your website, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to build. I think Google might come up with competition eventually, but Claude seems to be aiming more for technical tasks. At least that's my feeling. Yeah, I agree. Interesting. When I do slash model on mine, I don't see Opus option like yours. I'm in the $100. That's probably why. How to use Gemini and Claude Combine in terminal. I just wouldn't. Just create an MCP server if you want Claude Code to do it. The MCP server can create images via OpenAI's AI. I did actually make that MCP server. I've already made it. You can find it on my GitHub. Now let me analyze how to make the SEO model work autonomously in the background based on what I've learned. This is pretty cool. This is pretty interesting. I'm kind of excited by this. The only issue is like, how do I report on all this? There's so much information that's gonna have to be reported on. The cool thing about this is like building feature by feature with the slash compact. I feel like I can just do this forever. There's no limit to where I can go with this, right? Previously, you were kind of limited by context. Doesn't matter what system you're using, no matter what, you were limited by context, because if you go over the context window, right, you kind of have to stop the project. Another thing that happens quite a lot with Klein and Rue and whatever is they get caught in an infinity loop. That is a terrible infinity thing. They get caught in like an infinite loop of like trying to fix a problem, making a change, the problem isn't fixed, make a change, the problem isn't fixed, and it just spirals, and then you just have this terrible code base and you don't really know what's going on anymore, and it just doesn't work. Claude Code is different because it has slash compact, and it just feels more intelligent because we're using SOTA models like Opus, for example, and like the difference is night and day. Honestly, it's night and day. I think Google might come up with competition eventually, but Claude seems to be aiming for technical tasks. Yeah. Are you not using VPS instead of your own computer? I'm using my own computer. I don't worry about safety, really. Good morning, Income Stream Server fan. Good morning, I'm Vicious. Hey, as someone who hasn't coded for 15 years, would it make sense to try get back in the game with Cursor AI? I can have one free year and then switch to Claude Code when I'm more comfortable. Yeah, that would probably be fine. If you've got a free year of Cursor, then definitely use it. Compile findings and recommendations for agentic implementation. Okay, interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed whatever this gives me to this, and I'm going to say, please make everything more agentic, where when someone presses a button, it goes ahead and just runs the entire process in the background with reporting. What the hell was that? That wasn't supposed to be that. Huh? Wait, this is... Oh, right, the home page needs changing. Just use Wrought to build my first mobile app. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I gave you that video, what, like 20 minutes ago, and you've just made your first app. Crazy, right? Okay, let's have a look. Anthropic's agent architecture principles. Start simple, add complexity only when needed. Use augmented LLM loops, LLM plus tools plus memory plus retrieval. Implement clear agent computer interfaces, ACI. Maintain transparency in agent decision making. Use workflow patterns, orchestrator workers, evaluator, optimizer, prompt chaining. Claude 4, Opus, best for complex, new API capabilities, MCP execution, etc. Add Celery, we've already got that, I believe. Create agent infrastructure. Huh? Okay. 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 You can upload images to Claude Code. You have to save it on your computer and then reference the file, right? There's just a little error here. I'm not sure what's going on. It's just logging in is a bit of an issue. I'm not sure what's happening. I made my first website from scratch with VS Code plus Ru Code plus Gemini 2.5. What a time to be alive. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's so cool. You can make WordPress websites, Shopify websites. You can make Next.js websites. The limits are just, it's off the charts. We've been massively powered up by this for sure. And Claude Code is another just amazing tool that we just have completely free access to. Well, not free, but however much it is. Okay, now that worked. Okay, access code, beautiful. So we put the access code here. Log in, please work, thank you. SEO, product SEO. Change history is here. Okay, everything's working, beautiful. So what I want to now do is I want to try something a little bit risky. So let's actually just push that code with that change. What task is best used with Replit? I think making a SaaS Replit is the best for making a SaaS, in my opinion. I want to make my entire process more agentic. I want it to run in the background instead of the user having to sit and manually do everything. I want them to turn on SEO on the dashboard, make it active, and the processes here just run on their own, creating and optimizing without input from the user, based off web research for what's ranking currently. And not creating too many collections every day. 50 max. I think creating too many collections on an already existing store is actually a bad way to do it. So we'll just say 50 max, starting with the most important, like brand pages, brand plus item pages, then moving on to the other ones. Same with languages. Max 50 pages a day should be translated into max 5 languages. The languages should be set by the user first, and then it should go and translate the pages. Here's some info on agentic workflows on board. Okay, so this is pretty risky. I don't really know how this is going to go. Let's do it. Yo, Roxy, how's it going? How are you today? What's everyone working on today? You guys better be working on stuff. Don't let me catch you lacking. Slacking and lacking. Come on, guys, what are you working on? Tell me. Imagine this can do this. Imagine I can just add an agentic workflow to Harbor by just telling it to add an agentic workflow. That's crazy, dude. I don't have high hopes for this, but we'll see. Unrelated question, but thinking of creating an online course. Is Skool better than platforms like Teachable for this? I don't really know. The thing I like about Skool is it's like social media mixed with course, right? That's why I use Skool, because it's kind of like Facebook mixed with having a course, right? Okay, do I need some kind of Redis optional for comparison? What? I have no idea what celery is. I don't know if I need an API key or anything, but we'll see. Hi, does this really work better than like Copilot or Augment Code Core 4? It's much more expensive, but really better. They're not the same thing, right? They're not the same thing. I prefer to build my own things in my own processes. That's why I'm using Claude Code. Doesn't necessarily work better. If you just want to build stuff, Augment Code is probably better. Thought it was more like Reddit mixed with a course. Yeah, it's Facebook, Reddit, whatever. Social media. I think WAP is better than Skool. No idea. What does better than mean? Like, Skool was very easy to set up. We got going in like a day. We were already producing the content. So, I mean, that's pretty good in my books. It's really hard to say. Like, Skool, it just depends on you, right? Okay, so let's add AI agents. So this is creating the SEO orchestrator agent. I have no idea if this is going to work, guys. This is super exciting, though. Imagine we can just add AI agents to anything by just saying, add some AI agents, bro. That's crazy if this works, right? Surely. Isn't that the most insane thing you've ever seen if this actually just works? Straight off the bat. What creators are making more money? I think Skool is lagging behind comparing profits. Take a look at WAL mode with SQLite. Once you go WAL, you never go back. Okay, I will check that out. Thank you. With Skool, do you get some sign up visa YouTube? Yeah. I'm going through Code Labs and Udemy courses on app scripts, trying to know more for debugging. Interesting. So this is now creating background tasks. Well, I don't actually know what Redis is. I have no idea. What is Redis? Redis is a powerful open source in-memory data structure store that can function as a database, cache, and message broker. It is known... Wait. Oh, that's interesting. It's known for its high speed and performance due to storing data in RAM rather than on disk. Okay, I don't really know what the difference is, but okay. What is WAL mode? WAL mode SQL Lite. Write ahead logging, right, okay. I don't know why Claude Code didn't tell me about this when I was begging to understand how how we could run this application. Redis is a cache. I never know how to pronounce that word. Is it caching or cacheing? Cache. Valky's safer licensing than Redis. I was watching one of your old videos talking about dynamic versus static sites and the SEO part of it. Are you still using dynamic sites only? I think technically speaking, CMS like Shopify and WordPress are dynamic, so I would say that I'm using dynamic, but Redis is for pulling up important data fast. Okay. Vast CNC says never bet against her Alex. Is it Hormozy? I thought it was Hormozy. Isn't it with an A? Oh, it's with an E. Oh, no, it's with an O. Right. Alex Hormozy. Yeah, I mean, I do like Alex Hormozy. That was kind of one of the reasons I went with Skool, definitely. Cash like money, yeah. I don't know if that's British though. I swear we say cachet. Oh no, we don't. We say cash. I swear I've heard people say cachet. Like I don't know why, but okay. So implement SEO optimization toggle in dashboard. add user settings for language preferences, implement monitoring dashboard for agents activity. Okay, so one thing I just need to do is I need to set this store up properly because something has been added here that I didn't add that has translated everything. And I didn't actually ask anyone to do this. I'm not sure why this has been done, and it hasn't even been done properly. No, it hasn't even been done. So this needs to be... Wait. Are there actual pages here? Yeah, there are. You can see, because there's 5 collection pages. This needs to be removed. Why is this even here? I never asked anyone to add this. I'm going to create a WordPress plugin for designing t-shirts and hats. What is the best code of creating WordPress plugins? Gemini 2.5 Pro is good, and probably Sonnet and Opus are also good. So let's just see if that deleted. No, it didn't. Where's languages? Languages. Spanish. Yeah, I'm using Git. Thanks for the warning, but I am using Git. What did I add? Spanish and German, right? Yeah. What other languages would this work in? Chinese. They don't have access to Shopify though. Italiano? No. Japanese could be good. I don't know if they use Google though in Japan. Portuguese. Latvian, Korean would probably be good. Arabic, definitely. One of the most widely spoken languages in the world. And then... what other language? Polish? No. Probably Russian is one of the most spoken languages in the world. I would say Chinese, but I guess Chinese. I don't know which one this is. Is it ZH Hands? Is it ZH Hands? Yeah. Oh no, it's not. This is the wrong one. Kitty. I'm working. Come on. I'm sorry. You know I love you. How you doing, huh? Oh, French. French could be good. French could be good. I already did Spanish. French is probably going to be it, right? I can always add languages later. Let's just do French. Ow! Don't bite me. Okay, they have now been done. I wonder if I could get it to pull the languages from Shopify. That'd probably be better. That'd probably be better, to be honest with you. Okay. No, Kitty, please don't do that. Please. No such command DB. What? How is that even possible? Kitty, stop it. Kitty, please. Stop. Stop. Don't make me kick you out. I like having you here. Kitty! Basta! It's not a mouse's tail, it's my bloody microphone cable. Stop. Why is this not working suddenly? That's kind of weird. Okay, so bear with me. I've never used Redis before, so this might cause me issues because I don't have Redis added. I need to download Redis. I don't know what I need here. Oh, God, no. Oh, wait, I might be able to. Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. That started the Redis server. Beautiful. I'm just bug fixing here, guys. 1 second. Dang it, late again. What time do you usually start? I just start when I kind of when I want, I guess. I'll try and get something to schedule, but I don't like schedules because I don't like schedules. I just don't. I really don't like schedules. So yeah, I hacked the Rock website when it was new and built my first app completely for free, but they fixed the message limit a few days later. Classic. Will you replace your cat with AI RoboCat in the future? No. This has been a great stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I get the whole start working when it hits you, exactly. It's the beautiful thing about working from home is I can just press let's get going kind of thing and start. What was the error here? Oh no, yeah, Redis did start. Okay. Could not create server to by already in use. Okay. I need to fix this too. That's also an error, I didn't realize. Okay, that worked, good. Oh, ping pong. Nice. That probably means it's working. I have no idea what this is doing. What is this doing, dude? Nah, bro. Let's see if there's some kind of weird issue here. Are you running WSL from a Redis server? What is that PowerShell? I'm not. This is PowerShell. Yeah, I'm just setting up Redis for my project. Again, I don't really know what Redis is or what it does or what Celery is, but there you go. Okay, there we go. That looks like it works. Okay, so what the fuck do we do now? Classic. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of bug fixing. Probably going to take a little bit of time. This is the least exciting part of all of this process. However, we'll see in a minute if it actually means that we can build something very interesting. Now, again, this may have just broken my entire project, but we shall see. How are you, Hamish? Thanks for streaming, boss. Thanks, ambitious. I'm good. I'm really good. Really, really good. Just yeah, trying to build something amazing. I'm hoping this isn't just breaking my whole project, but I have it saved on GitHub anyway, so it's all good. I can revert back changes anytime, so I'm chill. I just try and vibe code a new feature. It either works or it doesn't work. If it works, we compact, we commit, and we move on to the next feature. If it doesn't work, we vibe code until it works. If it completely breaks everything, which is possible because yeah, it's possible because I don't actually know what it's doing right now. So it could be breaking stuff. Then I can just go back to my old GitHub save. It's literally perfect. It's totally fine. There's literally no problems at all with this system. You can build anything. It can be the most complex thing in the world. If you go bit by bit, step by step, you can build something that can be used by millions of people. I truly, truly, truly believe that with this process. So I have a feeling this is going to mess up or something, but we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. I'm a little bit worried about where this is going, but maybe it breaks my whole project. Maybe it doesn't. Let's find out together. Okay, let's see. See if it's broken everything. Classic. Am I running this somewhere else now? Have AI break it down into functional parts and then work on one part at a time, similar to other projects. You can really code whatever you want. Yep, agreed. Currently working on a website, Java B, Angular FE, fully fledged, auth, security server, Redis, Postgres. No issues at all, loving Max. Good to know, that's pretty interesting. I normally have Claude Code create a PID for whatever I'm working on, then have it implement it after I worked on it for a while. That's a good idea too. I found Claude Desktop plus Desktop Command MCP better than Client plus API. Definitely check out Claude Code then if you think that, because this will be even better. What is my script doing right now? I didn't ask it to do any of this. I feel like it's just breaking everything now. Okay, we're here. That's good. Okay, no. How do I start the process? Hmm. Oh, is it just doing change? Surely it's not. No, okay. It says active though, so it should actually be optimizing right now. Okay, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just getting a call. I'll just be 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. So let's see if this works. Oops. Yeah, streaming is crazy, dude. You take a 1 minute break to take a call, viewers go down to the lowest point. That's actually crazy how streaming works. It's pretty interesting, really. So, like, I did something today where I was a bit more high energy and I just didn't stop talking. And it's been the best stream I've had, maybe ever, or like in a very long time, anyway. Super interesting. Streaming is super, super interesting how it works. Yeah, no shade to anyone that joins a stream and the person is completely silent and nothing is happening on the stream, so you leave. Like, obviously, I totally understand. I was thinking as well about maybe adding the stream to Twitch at the same time. I just don't know whether that's going to be worth it. Obviously, I don't have an audience on Twitch. And also another thing is I may stream gaming content at some point. A lot of people looking to be entertained. Yeah, I'm hoping that my streams are more informative, but at the same time entertaining, I guess. What is going on here? Oh, I need to run a script, do I? X may be even better. Yeah, true. Actually, that's a really good point. Thanks. Did I say Japanese? Arabic, I said, right? So is that going to do anything? This doesn't seem to be doing much. Oops. If you add subtitles, people can scrape the video with ChatGPT and catch up. People can do that anyway. There'll be a transcript of everything eventually. I think that's how it works. How hard would it be to redesign the layout and the look of the app? Really, really, really easy. I could make this look amazing in like 5 seconds. I'm not doing that. I may do that eventually, but like the look and feel of something is so unimportant compared to the brain of something, in my opinion. Although it's good to have a balance of both, I guess. Oh, hello. Look at that. Oh my god, imagine when this pops up and says we've optimized 100 products. Crazy, dude. Still nothing getting triggered here. But at least this works now. Where's the run automation button? What do you mean? There is no run automation button. Oh, it's there. It's not letting me click it. Failed to save settings. How is this going to work with translations in parallel? Does the site already have subdomains? I'm going to use href language tags, I think. I might look into subdomains as well, but I'm probably just going to use href language tags. And you have the languages on Shopify, and then you can run it, basically. It's not actually reading. There is no config file. It's said here. Oh no, it doesn't say that. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, hello. Is it doing it? Hmm. We're getting close, guys. I can feel it. This is actually getting close to being able to do this. It's going to tell me to use test celery.py. What? No, 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 no. Stop. What do you mean? Okay, so that works. Let's stop the development server. Run it again. Eh? No user settings found. Oh, right. I mean, there's nothing here. But there is. If I can get this to use agents in like within just one chat with Claude, that is crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. And then I can do ads. Imagine something that can just do all of this automatically. You just press a button. Are you kidding me, dude? That is absolutely insane. Okay, run now. Okay. Come on, tell me there's something here in celery. Mm. Is this celery? No. Celery's here. Oh, it's here, right. 1438. Is that just now? Wait, let me close this. Start this again. Close this. Clear. Python start celery.py. Run now. Okay. That's received. Okay. Uh, so it says task received, but it also says that there's a problem here. It might be because I'm running Redis here and or not here. Oh, it's Python 3. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, let me see if this works. Oh, it does say no user ID. I have a feeling that I have to do this, right? Python 3 start celery. Py. No module name Flask, right? This is kind of getting a bit complicated in my head now, but we'll see. Oh, now it's not even working. Beautiful. And we're about to hit a compact. This is where I get upset. Yeah, AI is very popular on Twitter or X or whatever. I start new apps for big projects called Superblocks/Clark, not just vibe code. Maybe you can create content for those apps because the demos must have a business email. What's going on? Why is we were so close, I swear, to having this fixed. Oh, hmm. Wait, how do I do pip install then? Help me. What? Agents can learn from analytics and GSQ. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the road I'm going to go down for sure. Google Analytics, Search Console, everything. Okay, so I need to restart Celery here. So let's do that. Um, okay, this is actually this is working. Interesting. There are some errors here, I think. But... So if I go here, I just want to see a change here that was not done by me, basically. Damn, this actually fucking works. Look at it. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is the first time I've created an AI agent. So. Thank you for checking out the stream today, guys. I've got about another 40 minutes until I have to hop off for the weekly Skool chat that we do. Streaming vibe coding is maybe a good idea. That's kind of what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Okay, is this actually doing the task, finally? Possibly. I don't know if they're calling. I don't know if that's what's happening. Oops. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Oh, don't start with that. Kitty, please. A question about your setup. Do you have Claude Code integrated into VS Code on Windows? No, but I have Claude Code open on the same project that I have open on Claude Code. So it's effectively having, it's like having the same thing, right? It's the same setup as what you just said. Okay, let's see if this works this time. Are you in WSL? Yes, I am in WSL using Ubuntu or Ubuntu, whatever, however you pronounce it. Kitty, I'm trying to work, my darling. Come on. Come on, do something for me. Show me. Show me the money. Come on. Please. I just want to see a change here that I haven't told it to do. Oh, come on. I think I'll run a compact here because I've only got 5% left. Thanks, that's what I was wondering. It seems there's no way to get Claude Code integrated in Windows VS Code. Is there a way to use it without WSL on Windows? Docker, but I wouldn't bother. Before you used to do the live streams in a studio or something, what happens to that? I just want to be able to make more content, and going into the studio every time was just annoying. Like, I just wanted to really, make a lot of content. What is going on? Is it doing all 50 at once? Is that what's happening? It's not true that these are active, by the way. Oh, we've got an error. Sorry guys, I'm just bug fixing. You can use Docker if you don't want to use WSL, but I would highly recommend WSL. It's very, very good. Why should it be more slop than on streaming on Twitch? I mean, XAI is a bit like sloppy. It's full of slop. To be honest with you. It's like the way X works. People just use it to vibe code SaaS projects, and then their SaaS project goes viral because someone who they bought a course from retweets them, and then they become someone who can then sell vibe code courses, and then retweet their people who have bought their courses to just make like fairly simple AI applications on Replit, and then they talk about how to make money from SaaS, but they're really making money from courses, basically. But yeah, I mean that's how it is on X anyway. Let me see. Is this actually going to fix this problem, or is it going to make it even worse? Curious to know why you use Windows over Mac. I've just always used Windows. I have a Mac now that I do use, and I must admit it's way better for coding. It's insanely good for coding, to be honest with you. Oh my god, it did it. I created a collection. What is that? Below what? What are these collections, though? Why is it just made a random ass collection? What the fuck? Bruh, what? Why is this being tagged with below? Are you using Opus or Summit? I'm using Opus. Yeah, who needs a course for vibe coding? Exactly. So true. Okay, it's working, but it's doing it in a very, very weird way. And the changes are not showing up here either, which is annoying. Okay, so the translation. Also, it created one. I created one collection, but that didn't show up in the changes. on my change log. Does it show up on the dashboard? Or in today's automation activity, then I'm getting this error for compilation. Also, it's doing it in a weird order. It should do product optimization first to generate tags, then collections, then translate. Yep, exactly the playbook I see on X. Yeah, it's annoying, but it is what it is. It's I it's tough, right? It's tough. I shouldn't really speak on it. I don't really like drama, so. Also, from like an outsider's perspective, like yours, Nicholas, you just joined the channel. You thought at first that, I was kind of the same vein, which is why I don't like to talk about it, because I don't put myself above other people, and especially when you could make the argument, if you don't know my channel very well, or even if you do know my channel very well, that I'm in the same vein as those guys. So like, I don't talk about it for that reason, right? I don't say I'm better than those guys because I make money from courses. It's one of those things. Yeah, I used to never sell anything. I used to just make free content. So the only reason I went down the path of selling things is because I went from making like 1 month I did $12,000 on YouTube on my own, like 2 years ago. But then for some reason they just came along and they changed my CPM. So instead of getting $12 for 1,000 views, I get $4 for 1,000 views these days. So I had to do something because like, yeah. Yep, you do have a Skool community too, mate. Right, blueprint of influencers, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Again, that's why I don't talk about it really. That's why I don't put myself above anyone else. Like, I try and give as much free value as possible. That's always been my thing. But so do other people, right? So again, like I don't claim to be better than anyone else or to be different. I used to claim to be different, but if you offer value, you have the choice to either charge or give it free. It's completely up to you. Yeah. I do give I give 99.9% of everything away for free. Like even Harbor, right? Harbor, you could say, oh, you charge $29 a month for it. But if you actually watch the videos of just before I made Harbor, I built the bare bones of Harbor live, just like I'm building this live. Are we still early when it comes to this tech first movers advantage? I wouldn't say first movers, but you could say there's gaps in the market for sure. I see this that I'm building now as a huge, huge, huge gap in the market for sure. This has been my success, one of my most successful streams, at least in a year, I would say. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Got 27 minutes until the weekly Skool community meeting. I keep mentioning that just because that's what it is, not because I'm trying to push you towards the school. I'm just saying I have to go soon for that reason. But yeah, I mean, overall 1.5K views, max concurrent viewers is 20 more than it was last time. So it's 84. So that's amazing. Super, super happy with that. And yeah, I mean, if 100 people watch me at a time while streaming, I love that. Honestly, that's so cool. So it's an amazing feeling. Okay, so this should fix some of the base issues that we're having. Again, this is a bit of an experimental one. I will probably revert all these changes at some point. I'm just trying to see how far we can go with this, I would say. Did you check other ones like Search Atlas I am getting every time ads for? No, I haven't. But what would you say to Harbor users? I've been a user and stopped using it because I can do what it does with Claude. Not as fast as you though. You found a gap in the market, now the gap isn't there. We still have a lot of users, a lot of agency users, which makes up the bulk of our revenue on Harbor. If you're an agency, Harbor will still make everything a lot quicker than using Claude. It's one click, a VA can do it, and it's all SEO optimized immediately, right? So there is still that gap in the market, I would say. You can say, oh, you can use Client, you can use Claude, you can use whatever, but like at the end of the day, Harbor is super optimized, right? So we still have a lot of users, a lot of agency users still use it. I mean, we save them thousands of euros a month, right? Because otherwise they would have to pay writers. If you're making 300 plus blogs a month, Harbor is going to be a godsend, right? That's what I would say to that. More of an agency tool, I would say now. But it's clear you give a tone and free value without pitching product and service every 15 minutes. Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Nicholas. I appreciate that. Hey, Luke. How you doing, bro? Thanks for tuning in. You better be working on something, Luke. Don't let me catch you slacking. Also, another thing, Nicholas, is I do try and push people to do their own thing. Like I've pushed several people to start YouTube channels. I would say I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not trying to gatekeep anything. I welcome people having their own channels. I don't really take sponsorships. I recently did take a sponsorship, but don't really take them. And I'm just here because, you know, it's nice to be listened to and to be watched, I guess. And, you know, obviously there is the business side of that. We do have a business created around the channel and stuff, but AI Business Lab, Luke, when is the YouTube channel starting? Is that you, Pepe? Yeah, it is. Sup, Giuseppe? How you doing, dude? Guys, go give Giuseppe some love. He's in the chat right now. Go give his channel some views. He just wrote on his chat right there. It's the likes. It's free, dude. I'm at AI LA big AI video event starts in 2 hours. Cool, man. Yeah, guys, check out this channel here, AI Business Lab. Giuseppe is in the group. He's I pushed him to start this channel, and yeah, definitely check it out. Glad you guys have started your channels. I'm glad you found the live streams as well. Big stretch. So yeah, Claude Code is proving to be absolutely crazy. Like, I love it. I don't know what it is, but it's just so good. You can see it's been working for almost 10 minutes, would be 600 seconds. And it's just basically fixing everything. I hope it's not just breaking everything, but... So we're using version control for this. So if all of this fails, I can just run it back. It's totally fine. I'm still kind of learning about Redis and stuff. Have you tried using Claude inside Cursor? I just don't use Cursor. I just don't use it. I don't like when companies take open source tech, turn it into closed source tech, and then make a company worth, you know, 10 billion. It's just annoying. I get it. It's fine. Well played. GG. Good job by those guys who are pretty young guys as well, to be fair, and they did something pretty cool, but it's just not for me. Okay, so we have this running now. Let's see what happens if I go to the Redis thing, which is here. Let's just close this. Let's delete some collections as well. Actually, no, I should do the product optimization first, so that's fine. They're paying for the users, Fat J. It's a common like strategy. They're buying the users of Windsurf, basically. Okay, so that's connected. Run now. Okay. Okay. So received, received, received. Let's see if it actually optimizes the product here. Come on, just optimize one product, please. Hello from County Antrim. Must say, man, you're creating serious content of recent in this space. Greatly appreciate. Yeah, I know you have always built this is serious stuff. Cheers, Johnny. I appreciate that. County Antrim, is that? I won't say until I've checked. Yeah, Northern Ireland, right? Okay. Cool, man. Thanks for tuning in. How much does the development process cost on average? I'm using the Claude Max plan, so $200 a month or $180 a month. But the biggest thing going to be the Apple guy and the OpenAI thing that they want to make. I don't see it popping off, but we'll see, I guess. Yeah, it's not about popping off. They're buying out competitors. So people that use Windsurf are technically using OpenAI, if that makes sense, like an OpenAI product. That's all they're doing. It's a pretty common strategy in business to just build. It's not really about profiting from Windsurf, I wouldn't say. Okay, it doesn't really seem to be doing anything. I mean, it could technically be optimizing products right now. One hundred products per day, save settings. We're so close to having something crazy good here. Is the context window enough for that big project? Well, you can run /compacts, which is why this is working so well. Is there a way for you to add something where it gives you a progress bar /update? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm adding like a progress bar. I definitely recommend telling Claude Code to be extremely diligent with console logging and with progress bars and things like that. And then you can make the progress bar appear in the front end as well, obviously. Thank you all for tuning in, guys. I've got 17 minutes left until I have to pop off for a meeting. I might be back after to stream again, just because I just want to keep working on this. If my friend comes online on Counter-Strike, though, it might be a different matter. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, how much of this app was one-shotted? Basically none of it. I've been doing just a totally different style of development because I'm building something long-term. And it honestly feels like if this doesn't if this doesn't mess everything up, if I can still do things like with the old system, like optimize here, then the really nice thing is like I feel like Claude Opus isn't just gonna. There was this big problem with Bolt everything, right? You have working code. You try and add a new feature, right? So let's say this is the new feature. This is V1. This is V2, right? What Bolt and Claude, even like the older Claude, and just basically anything used to do, they used to do one or two things. They would delete or change previous functionality, which would break the code, or they would say that they've added the new feature, but really what they've done is they've just added like 50% of the new feature. And this part is just all to do, or placeholder code, right? What Claude code seems to do, or it might just be the model, it might just be Opus or whatever, is it doesn't do that. It doesn't change previously working code. It does sometimes, but it generally doesn't, right? And when it implements a new feature, it implements the entire new feature and not just a percentage of it, right? So what this effectively means is I don't know if this is Opus, right, or if it's Claude Code that's doing this, but this makes this the most powerful coding system in the world, by far. By far. One thing they actually said that they did with Opus and Sonnet 4, right, just Claude 4, whatever, is reduced it claiming something was finished when it wasn't finished, right? How are Klein and Rue code free to use? Use more than Windsurf and Cursor. You pay for the usage, so they're not free to use. That's how that works. You're paying for the you have to pay for your usage of whichever API you choose within Klein or Rue. So the app itself is free to use, but yeah, the credits and things aren't. Okay, let's see. This is making a lot of changes, so I'm slightly worried about this, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. This will probably be the last change that I can do this session. So if this doesn't work, post bug fixing, I'll probably have to revert the changes, and we'll think about like an easier method of doing this. But that's fine. That's life. It happens. That's programming. That's coding. Vibing. Vibe coding. Whatever you want to call it. Damn, that was a really, really good live stream, guys. Thank you so much for making that such an interactive one. There was a lot of chats, sometimes 7 a minute. That's crazy. Really, really good interactive stream. Max viewers 84 is a new, not record overall, but like it's pretty good for my channel for sure. As someone who doesn't live stream much. This is making a lot of changes. I'm definitely worried right now. Thanks for the stream, man. Could you maybe recap the process of building this app from the start? Missed it. I've streamed. It's all on my channel. I'm probably not going to be doing like much like this is what I've done, because if I just show you, I mean, it's a lot, obviously. It's like 11 hours of streaming, but if you want to learn how I've done this, this is the best way to do it. I haven't coded anything outside of these 3 streams. Literally, I haven't even touched it. I'm streaming the entire process, 100% of it. So it's this to this to this. Just watch them all, I would say. Watch them all on 2 times. Try and follow along best you can. I mean, that's how I built this. So, okay, let's see if this works. This will be the final thing that we do today, I would guess. Where is the... Oh, that didn't work. What the hell? Still not working. I'm just going to close all these terminals real quick. Let's just restart real quick. Python and up there. Okay, here we go. Fetching unoptimized products with limit of 20. Okay, okay. Come on, you can do it, dude. It's not that difficult. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. How long does it take to fetch 21 products, though? Unless it's running the... Where's the progress bar as well? Isn't there supposed to be a progress bar somewhere? Oh, hello. No, that's not right. Mm. So this is a long-term project that you plan to monetize? Yes, indeed. Indeed, indeed. Where is the progress bar called, code? Oh, hello. Nice, it's working. Failed to optimize product. Failed to generate optimization. Oh no, it's so close. Why is it failing? What's going on? And it's just, this wasn't working either. Oh, it's so close to being done. Oh, that did work. Well, that's confusing. When you make sure the salary task uses exactly the same generation process as the original non-salary task. Oh, so close, so close, so close. Failed to optimize product. Damn, 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 damn. It says messages okay. But it says anthropic.com v1/messages http 200 OK. So the content generation isn't the issue, you know? Failed 17, classic. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, guys, I do have to go in 2 minutes. We'll do this one more time. Python start salary.py. Then we'll go here, run now. Okay. Takes a bit of time to fetch these. I need to see this working. This will be the last thing I do, guys, then I have to hop off. Okay, see, don't forget as WordPress people. I'll be making this for WordPress too, I think. Do you use Task Manager? Not at the minute, no. How do you program it? I've been watching all streams, but I've missed the live streams. If you watch the last 3 live streams, yeah, I built this entire thing live on stream. Did that work? Failed one. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Guys, I'm going to have to stop the stream. unfortunately. I'll be streaming this again very, very soon, maybe later today or whatever, but I have to stop. I have to go to a meeting. Oh my god, someone's at my door. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you. Peace out.